Realistically, I understand, especially with the lawyers nowadays on social media trying to get their name up or for defending certain rappers or breaking down different stories that people may not understand, especially when it comes to the law. Because I mean, everybody's not reading all of those papers. But if I'm keeping it a bean, one, I don't think Wack 100 still his punch on social media still doesn't hit as hard. That voice, that no jumper voice, ain't as loud as it used to be. Like I don't think as many people is tapped in, and I especially think people who listen to Pooh Shiesty not running around really listening to no jumper or really even care, or might not even know who Wack 100 is if we just being honest. Because I think that's a certain place in a certain space on the internet, and I kind of can tie that into Ice from the Joe Budden podcast. I'm not sure if he tweeted this or something because I didn't hear him say this. I listened to the last episode of Joe Budden podcast. I didn't hear him say this, so maybe he tweeted this or said it somewhere else. But for saying that Pooh Shiesty music, he's not gonna come home and hit the same. But let's be clear, I don't think Pooh Shiesty was like some super charting artist in the first place. So I don't necessarily know if you're looking for Pooh Shiesty to come home and put out like a crazy hit like Back in Blood. I think that's like one of those ones that kind of you just at the right place at the right time. But Main Slime was a big thing, and I think real, if I'm being honest, even just with Ice, I just think he out of touch. You not one, you ain't even from the South. You from New Jersey, so that kind of like I don't think you even understand what people in Memphis actually like because saying that that type of music doesn't still push the culture, people still not tapped in. One of the biggest songs on the internet right now and outside in the real world is that 6'7" jump. Like what are we talking about? What's the young dude that was Skrilla, bro? That 6'7" do like what's tell me what's the difference between that and a Pooh Shiesty song? Or what? No, the biggest artist right now today, like right now, rapper right now, the hottest, the biggest artist on the internet and in the actual real world, still selling hard tickets is an NBA YoungBoy. His biggest song right now is that Shot Caller song. Tell me how that Shot Caller song couldn't be a no, I mean a Pooh Shiesty song. And that's my point sometimes when we sit here and say, like, you got to pay attention to who you take information from. Because I think sometimes a lot of people just feel like, hey, I'm on a platform, I'm just gonna say certain things, but you're not even really hip to what's going on outside, or you're not even hip to what's going on the other side of the world. So that to me kind of don't make no sense. And I can't even tie that in. What's the little dude from Chicago? Oh man, I like that new song he just put, Chicken Fried. What's the little youngin? Was it Chief something? The little short little dude. He looked like the character from the Boondocks. He got a cracking little jump. So again, I'm saying that type of music still don't. I can even go. What's the 1900 Rugrat? I can name you a list of other younger rappers who kind of still make that same form of music in that vein of Pooh Shiesty, and they are very popular right now in their circuit. Yeah, Pooh Shiesty may not come home and have a Billboard hit, but the people who wanted and was listening to Pooh Shiesty still going to listen to Pooh Shiesty as long as he come home and still talking about the same stuff and he keep that same energy because you can't say, oh, Memphis Sound ain't there no more. Glorilla is one of the biggest rappers out, period. Men or women, she is a Memphis artist. So again, like I said, I think sometimes we get confused when it comes to the internet and these personalities. Like, yeah, Wack 100 trying to put Pooh Shiesty on blast. Like, I'm telling you, I'm somebody who listened to Pooh Shiesty, and I couldn't tell you the last time I watched a No Jumper interview. I'm sure people in Memphis in Texas and in Florida and Georgia and some of these other smaller like Alabama, like these country places. Like I think again when we talk about these talking heads, a lot of them like Ice, you from New York and or New Jersey, whatever, and LA, like those people, like y'all be on the internet more than people in the South who actually be into these artists for real, and going to these small chicken circuit. Like think about Boosie. Like people like think about I see BG still do shows. I'm sure most kids or people on the internet, your opinion on BG or Boosie wouldn't be the same as somebody in Louisiana who actually going to a Boosie show. So again, a long out point to say this is I don't think this lawyer got to sit here and defend Pooh Shiesty because it's like I wouldn't even have known this was a thing if the lawyer didn't make it a thing. And then for Ice, it's like you really ain't hip to what's going on outside. And I think sometimes inside people should just mind their business and kind of just wait for things to play out. Because I listen to Joe Budden every week. Y'all wasn't talking about NBA YoungBoy until you seen how crazy this tour went. So that's my point. Is like I can't listen to somebody who's trying to dictate the future and you've never dictated the future properly in the first place, especially for that type of audience. So again, like I said, man, welcome home, Pooh Shiesty. I hope you go crazy. I hope you find you another way to get you, but I don't even think you need another Back in Blood. Like his album was cranking that joke with him and 21 Savage, though. What's the 726 God? Man, he got Jones, Main Slime, like he all of them that like Back in Blood was a big mainstream song because Dirk was on there and the whole little situation was like right after King Von. So yeah, that was different, but he still got other Jones that really went